Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Powwow Nation Spotlight. We've got our next performer ready to perform, and she is going to be doing some hoop dancing and some, I think she's going to do a little fancy shawl dancing and maybe even tell us a story or I don't know. She's going to do all kinds of stuff. She's an awesome performer. Her name is Shirley Hill, and I am so excited for you to all to see her. So, with that, here is Shirley Hill. All right, you're ready. It's all yours.
Okinixukua, nisto notaniko, anatsibixaki, niwach tutu siksika. Hello, I'd like to thank Paul for inviting me here today. Oki, friends and family. Today I want to share, I'm hearing feedback.
Yeah, you sound great.
I would just like to share some Tai Chi this morning and a fancy shawl dance and also hoop dancing.
It all sounds good here. I think you may just be hearing your speakers. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Paul. So this morning I'm going to start with a prayer. I would I would like to share a prayer with you all. Just one moment. I'm gonna just turn this down. Ayo napi natusi. Thank you, dear Creator, for the blessings of this beautiful day. I thank you for the gathering of powwows.com where we can gather and greet each other in a good way. We ask you, dear Creator, to watch over all the veterans, all the elderly, all the elders in our life that have taught us the beautiful ways of living a good Indigenous life. We thank you, dear Creator, for all our blessings, our food, our water, our shelter. And at this time, I'd like to send out blessings to all the truck drivers who bring us food. We thank you, dear Creator, for the beautiful children in our lives and the tiny little babies who bring us so much joy and happiness. We thank you, dear Creator, for our families that we're unable to greet at this time and give them a hug, but maybe a virtual hug will be okay. We thank you, dear Creator, for all the love that you provide in our daily lives and that you watch over us in a good way. We thank you, dear Creator, for our ability to dance and our physicality, that we can walk and move and jump and spin and turn. And also, dear Creator, watch over those who may be sick and in the hospital, all the caregivers and the doctors who are watching those who are in recovery and healing. Watch over those who may be incarcerated. Watch over those who might not have enough to eat and bring them food, dear Creator. Thank you, dear Creator, for all the Indigenous people across Turtle Island that we come together in such a beautiful way. We thank you, dear Creator, for allowing us this time together to bring joy and happiness and love, compassion and peace. And I wish everyone a beautiful day Hey. Thank you, dear Creator, and I wish that you're having a wonderful time. And right now, I'm going to do Tai Chi for you. And the reason why I'm going to be doing Tai Chi is because when I go to the Kamloops powwow, and I knew I'd get up early, I'd have a bit of breakfast, and go swimming in the river, and then take off my sandals and do Tai Chi in the park, and then I'd be ready for grand entry. So I'm just going to start my music, and I will do Tai Chi for you now. It's okay. It's good. Right now, I'd like to speak a little bit about the fancy shawl dance. My late mother, she was one of the first fancy dancers at Siksika. And when I started dancing about 38 years ago, I wore my grandmother's high tops. And I'm going to show them to you. These are approximately, I think, 80 years old. And when I started dancing, I used the high tops because that was the only thing I had. I was just learning how to do beadwork. And when I picked them up, I thought they were so beautiful. And when I went to the Blackfoot Crossing Interpretive Center, I saw a picture of my great-grandmother wearing them with my great-grandfather standing in front of the teepee. So when you have a fancy dance career, and I'm talking to some of the little ones, the children who would love to do this style, you have to first learn the songs, keep and follow the drum beat. You have to create your own style, because I know when I was first started out, I wasn't even sure what I was doing. But over the years, I've come to feel the energy, feel my own spirit, and also I have a gift, and I love to do sewing. Now this one here, I'm just going to step up and show you the old style shawl. The embroidery was actually made for me by my friend from Ottawa, and she did the embroidery. And these designs are the same as my great-grandmother's high tops, as well as the design on the back of my cape. Now, there's two styles of fancy dance: old style old style, which is more footwork close to the ground. You put your hands to the side. If you're in Saskatchewan, you have your shawl on your arm. But in the Niitsitapi country, the old style would be to put your shawl over your shoulders. Now here we have a contemporary style shawl. This one is all sparkly. It's beautifully handmade, and it has a lot of beautiful fringes on it. And both of these styles are beautiful because they are representing a bird or a butterfly, and they you have to be graceful. You have to use your arms in a gentle way, not shifting your fringes too much, and then focus on your footwork. The footwork's the most important thing because it makes you look light, athletic, graceful, and it's fun to keep in time with that drum beat. Now, part of the regalia represents who you are. When I go traveling with my spouse, Luke, we get to travel to a lot of different places. And over the years, I've been able to meet many different people. So I have my name Shirley in Arabic, Chinese, Japanese, and Hindi. And my friends showed me how to do the beadwork, not the beadwork, but how to write my name. And I think it means I'm a pretty good beader because people can read my beadwork. Usually the beadwork and regalia has meaning for the dancer. It's telling a story about who you are. So when I did the Tai Chi, it's called the deer. And you can see here on my necklace, I have a deer hoof, and it represents my deer spirit. That's my spirit animal. So that brings me great joy and happiness to represent that, because it represents kindness and gentleness. Now, what I'd like to recognize at this time is I'm going to be dancing to a song by Northern Cree. Thank you, Steve and Hilda and Penny and all the Northern Cree singers. I love your tunes. I love your drumming. And this song is called War Cry. It's fast, it's fancy, and remember to keep your arms up, and a lot of spinning. But it's most importantly, and why I did the prayer today is because you're dancing for Creator, you're dancing for the people who can't, you're dancing for the sick people to help them heal. That's what a jingle dress dancer is too. But for fancy, you can still have that same loving and kind energy towards the planet, the human beings, and the people who are in your powwow circle, your powwow family, and always thinking about the kindness and the compassion that you can show when you're moving to the beat of the drum. So we're going to pick it up. We're going to go a little bit fast here, and I hope you enjoy the fancy shawl dance. That's a good workout. So I actually have a chance to work with many children and different schools. And I think it's so important to teach the little ones to love themselves, first of all. Because I know as Indigenous people that we've had a few challenges, mostly residential school, and not being able to follow our ways for many hundreds of years. And now it's time to find the joy, happiness, and the healing aspects of fancy shawl dancing and powwow dancing in general. So when I have a chance to teach children, I've learned how to hoop dance in the past, I would say 4 years, because I was teaching an after-school program, and one of the instructors came in and she was showing the kids how to hoop dance, Shantika. And so I went along and I was also dancing with the children. And that's been about 4 years ago. So after 34 years, I started hoop dancing. It's so much fun. I love it. It's about storytelling. It's about keeping in time with the drum. I can't hoop dance with my cape on. That's why I'm taking it off. Okay, so the hoop dance, I've danced with a lot of the world champions, and I didn't think I could do it. I just thought it was a little too hard. Yet I'm slowly learning, and I am gonna be dancing for you, the hoop dance. I have 5 hoops, and I'm gonna work with those. But if there's any younger children watching today, I'm going to be explaining a little bit, and then I'm gonna play a song by A Tribe Called Red. A year ago in November, I had an opportunity to dance with them on stage at the Studio Bell, and it was so loud, and the energy, I felt like a teenager. So that's the song I usually use when I work with the kids, because it has pauses and it has those fun beats, the hip hop style. So just before I start, I have something for the kids. Okay, guys? Yay! Okay, we're gonna, I'm gonna just set up my hoops, and then I'll do a quick explanation of the hoop dancing. Here we go. Yeah. Okay, so you got your hoops, and you lay them out, and you usually use your foot to roll them up, or you go under, and then you pick them up that way. Okay, now with one hoop, you go through, and try to do it on both sides. Okay, I know you usually use 4 with the horse, but I tell the little kids that this is their horse, and then they run around with their horse, and then bring their knee up, and then go through, go through, go through, go through. And then when you do your hoop, you make it come back to you by rolling it on the floor, not lofting it. And then as you let go, you pull it back. So if there's any kids watching, then you'll know how to do it when you get your set of hoops. So this is the fun part for me, is you hold your hoops at the bottom. Just make sure I don't want to hit anything. And you go down, and then you hop, like that. Or if you feel more comfortable, you could go forward, okay? When you spin, you use centrifugal force to make it go around your hand. And the reason why you put it around your hand is because you can stop it. You have more control, okay? And you can put it around, and then make sure you do it the other way. Okay, it's mirror dancing. And then of course, all the while, your feet are moving. Okay, so I'm gonna do a hoop dance for you. 5 hoops, I hope you enjoy. Here we go.
It's DJ Buddha Blaze. You know, electric power is going on tonight. That's right. Let me know. Let's get into the latest from Nations and National.
If there's any kids out there ready to jump, remember, bravery, courage, strength. Ready to jump? Ready to bounce? Remember to drink water. So I'd just like to encourage you all to take this time to finish your beadwork. I started these about a year ago, and I finally finished them last week because I had a bit of quiet time. I'm hoping that you can talk with your families and go for a walk in the bush, the wilderness, or even in the city. You can say hello to people and greet them. And just remember that the Creator is always guiding our footsteps and that we're never alone, that the ancestors are always here, the mothers and the grandfathers, and that we're taken care of in a good way. When I hear about all the things happening where nature is restoring itself, I get really excited and happy that things are coming back in balance. So it's not the buffalo days anymore where there was enough food a long time ago. But now we have to rely on one another for that kindness, for that togetherness, and be thankful for all our blessings. That's the main thing. I think we'll get through it with health and happiness. That's my wish for you. I'm wishing you best regards to all the people, all the powwow people and friends across Turtle Island, that you have a wonderful day, that you eat well and cook and exercise, because dancing, it takes a lot of work and a lot of energy, for sure. I know that. I'm in golden age now, and I'm still dancing, and that's where my spirit is. When I turned into golden age, when I turned a little older, I thought, well, am I a good dancer, or more am I just having hot flashes? But I'm just saying that you do have to keep in shape. You have to take care of your body, drink lots of water. And like I was saying about the little kids, that it's most important that you love yourself. And always, like, every thought that you have is an affirmation, because it'll come true. What you're thinking of will come true. And I know, with the blessings of Creator, with my own goodwill and intent, that I'm so lucky and blessed to have these wonderful experiences. And I greet you with a virtual hug, and I wish you a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed the dancing. My sister always said, keep your arms up. And that's good news, because when you're fancy dancing, if you're getting tired, your arms are going to come down. But you have to keep your arms up. And that's definitely contemporary stuff. But you have to remember you're a bird or a butterfly, and then the songs will get faster. So I hope you're enjoying your day, and hopefully that hi there. Now I can see. So I hope you have a wonderful afternoon. Greetings from Treaty 7, from the Nititapi, the Siksika, the Kenai, the Pikani, the Amska Pikani, over the medicine line. Greetings to everyone, and much love to you all. I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace and greetings to you all.
Thank you so much, Shirley, for bringing that your beautiful dancing to us. Thank you for talking with us. And yeah, I hope everybody's taking some time to do the beadwork. The first powwow we're back together, there better be some banging outfits out there because we've all had time to do some beadwork. So thank you again, Shirley, for being here. That was incredible. Thank you so much for sharing your talents. All right. Thanks, everybody, again for watching. We've got another performer lined up. He is ready to go. I want to say a special thanks to Darren. He has helped me get some of the acts for today, so I appreciate him helping out with that. He is another great friend of powwows.com, like all of these performers. He is an amazing flute player. So here we go. Darren, you're on the air.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking some of your time and checking out what powwows.com is doing. My name is Darren Thompson. I currently am in St. Paul, Minnesota, and I'm originally from the Lac du Flambeau Indian Reservation, and this is where I live. This is my home. I am wearing today one of our tribal radio stations up in Bois Fort, which is about 4 hours north of the Twin Cities. And if you get a chance to listen to any tribal radio, please do so. They share up-to-date information in regards to what your communities are doing, what's going on in the community, and other updates that come from whether they be state, county, or federal governments. But nonetheless, I hope y'all are doing okay up there. But what I do is I play the flute. I started doing this about 15 years ago. And when I started, I didn't have any intentions of ever performing in front of a group of people. I did it because I just liked the way that it made me feel, and I liked its music. And I was a college student at the time, and during my college days, I would play in my dorm room, and I started getting classmates coming up to my dorm room asking what kind of instrument that I was playing, and I started to get invites to different events around campus, and I took that as an opportunity. And from my very first performance, I have been very privileged to go from place to place, sharing what I know about this instrument, and I'm still learning things, not only about the history behind this instrument and indigenous music, but about other people's, and of course myself. Life is a lifelong journey, and we learn and we improve and we get better as we go on. But some highlights are I have been privileged to open for the Gathering of Nations powwow a few times. I have been privileged to perform at the Smithsonian's National Museum of the American Indian. And I have been performing for years at the world's largest monument in progress, which is the Crazy Horse Memorial in the Black Hills of South Dakota. And starting this summer, I'm going to be a Living Treasure participant, which means that my art form is taking on a different format, which means that I'll be teaching more. And never in my wildest dreams have I ever anticipated I would be teaching people about this instrument. So predominantly the instrument among tribes and its history in the North is that this instrument has been used as an instrument of love. Primarily love from person to person, primarily from man to woman. Things change a little bit over time, and we see more women playing the instrument. I have no preference. If it sounds good to me, I love to listen to it. I was inspired by Mary Youngblood, who was the first Native woman to win a Grammy Award for her album Beneath the Raven Moon. And she did it by playing these instruments. So this first song I'm going to play is a Lakota song. I'm Ojibwe from the Lac du Flambeau Indian Reservation, but this is a love song. There are 6 holes in this instrument. They're all equally spaced. This is a really unique instrument. There's this little metal piece that's right here that contributes to the sound of this. And how I make these instruments is I go to different museums and different flute makers and players and take measurements of these instruments, and basically we make them. So this song was recorded in 1941, and it comes from the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation, was recorded in Rapid City. It's a really well-known song. It's one of my favorites, but it's really short. This song has 4 verses to it. So a real short song. Just kind of want people to get used to the format of these songs. What's really beautiful about the flute is that you don't necessarily have to read music notes to learn how to play. All you have to do is learn how to cover the holes and uncover the holes. And although that sounds simple, it's a little more complicated than I make it sound. So to demonstrate a little bit, there are these, this is a small flute. This has 5 holes in it right here. And how it plays is if I want this particular hole open or to play with this hole, I have to have the rest of the instrument, the holes in this instrument open. So in other words, so I just kind of made that up just to kind of show you a little bit about how the instrument plays. This is a very beautiful instrument. This is made out of walnut from Peru. So the texture of the wood is a little bit harder because it grows a little bit different than walnut trees do up here. The next song I'm going to play is a song that comes from the Meskwaki people. And this is another love song. This is played by a man to a woman. This instrument is made out of ponderosa pine. It's a hardwood. It's really thick. It should last many lifetimes. And this is a song that was recorded in 1904 on the Meskwaki Indian Settlement, which is in Tama, Iowa. This song has 4 parts to it. This is not per se a traditional song in the sense that it's a song passed down from generation to generation. It's a song that was recorded at the time that many tribes were being approached by people recording their languages, their stories, and their songs, because it was not predicted at the beginning of the 1900s that there would be any remaining people who could identify as American Indian in about 50 years. So we're still here, and we're still making some great strides towards reclaiming our identities, our languages, our cultures, our stories, our songs. And so one thing I did forget to mention is that I'm self-taught. And because I'm self-taught, I had to go on a wild goose chase, if you will, to find everything that I could about this instrument. And that took me to museums, to libraries, to different communities, having conversations about this particular instrument. And they vary, of course, and that is the beautiful thing about the human experience, is that we all are different storytellers and we all have a different way of describing things. And so nonetheless, this is the song that I really fell in love with. It's a really nice song. Again, this is a pine. The voice of the instrument is a little bit sharper or a little bit clearer. So. All right. So that's that song. That's one of my favorite songs. And a little bit of my performance style and what I do is I started playing as a means to educate people about who America's first peoples are and what are some of their contributions, what are some of their challenges, and of course, what are some of their successes. And because we are such a small voice in regards to what's going on in the United States, often our concerns are brushed under the rug, and our voice often goes unheard. So when I do have an opportunity to play for people, I share with them who I am, where I come from, and a little bit about what they are listening to and where the song comes from. And so I play this Meskwaki song to emphasize that a lot of people are not familiar outside of Indian country or those who live near the Meskwaki people of who the Meskwaki people are. And they are previously from the state of Wisconsin, known as the Sac and Fox by the English and French because they could not speak many of our languages. And they gave them that title of the Sac and Fox. And a lot of people are familiar with that term. And if they're not familiar with either of those terms, I emphasize that they know they're aware of one of their most well-known tribal members, who was Jim Thorpe, who was cited by many as the athlete of the 20th century. And so it gets people to think about who we are in a different capacity. So I could ramble, but what I'll do is I'll switch to another song here. This is a really nice song that I composed. This is an instrument that I really like. During the time that we first started meeting with Europeans, we started trading them, of course, for different materials that we incorporated into our materials. Our materials can be our clothing. They can be items that we cook, that we hunt, that we sleep with. And so that is why beads and sequins and the use of silk ribbon and velvet are still highly prized among tribes to this day. And so with that, then came a change in other cultural materials, like something like this, okay? So this is supposed to depict a woodpecker, which in the Ojibwe language is pronounced papase. And so this song that I composed is actually really my own song, but I heard it by listening to these old recordings as well at Wisconsin Historical Society, which is in Madison, Wisconsin. And the woodpecker has a special significance to the Ojibwe people. And there's a story that goes a long time ago of how the woodpecker lost its voice, and it comes from the creation story. Our creation story is very, very long. It takes days and days, and I am not pretending like I can tell all of it, but I know some aspects of our creation story, and that one of them is how the woodpecker lost its voice. It's a long story. The short way is our trickster, our creator came down in the form of a trickster and tested someone who was well known for their knowledge, and that person wasn't willing to be so sharing with this visitor. And then the visitor revealed himself as the creator and cast a spell and said, "Shame on you, you will now forever have to search for your food, and you will forever be voiceless." So it's longer, there's other implications in it, but fast forward to this day, the Ojibwe people believe that if you are visited by a woodpecker, it brings a good message, it brings a good sign. So remember that the next time a woodpecker visits you at your home or crosses your path, because we believe that we are empowered by creation. Everything we know comes from creation. If you think about it, that is a very true statement. All of our food, the air that we breathe, the water that we drink, the knowledge that we have about where we are in the world comes from creation. So this song is called The Song of the Woodpecker. It's a faster song. This is made out of walnut. It's a hardwood, so it's got a really bright, crisp, clear voice. Okay, everybody. I don't know who's on, but I just want to say thank you to everybody that has joined me, that has joined powwows.com. It takes some organizing. I'm really excited for a few of the acts that are going to be on today. So I'll be watching you, and I'm gonna play a couple more songs, and then your next act is Corey Medina. And if you haven't heard his music, you're really gonna like it. So this next song I'm gonna play is a song that I really like, and it comes from the Dene people. At the time this song was recorded, they were known as the Navajo people, and this is a very well-known song. It's called a corn grinding song. I don't know which number it is, because there is no such number, but there are lots of songs like this that come from peoples from the Southwest as well as from other parts. And a lot of people don't realize that corn has been in this part of the world prior to the arrival of Europeans. And so I emphasize that one of the ways that people use this plant is they use it for food and for medicine. And how they preserve it is they grind it by using these stone tools. And if you've ever done this, it takes a long time. And it's not the most fun thing to do. And I don't say that in a negative or pessimistic point of view. But from that, people developed stories, they developed songs, and they started this tradition. And that is an often or common way that people start traditions, is they feel good about something and they continue on with it. So this song is a corn grinding song. It has 4 parts to it as well. And this instrument is made out of cedar. There's some turquoise in it. It's really fancy. Its voice is very, very nice. Okay. Well, again, everybody, thank you. My name again is Darren Thompson. I'm from the Lac du Flambeau Indian Reservation, and I'd like to share a little bit about my community. I am currently in the midst of researching for my first book, which is a political history book on my community of the Lac du Flambeau Band of Ojibwe people. Our people have been in where we're at today, which is the Indian Reservation of Lac du Flambeau, since about 1720, which is a long time. And we got the name of Lac du Flambeau from the French people, and the translation of that word means Lake of the Torch or Torch Lake. And it means something very significant, and that significance is around this time of the year. Our people of the Lac du Flambeau Band and 4 other bands of Ojibwe people in the state of Wisconsin reserve the right to harvest walleye, which is a species of fish, by the use of a spear and a torch at night off of the Indian reservations or ceded territory, which is 1/3 of the state of Wisconsin and is predominantly the northern half of the state of Wisconsin. And so that is a right that our people retained, and that is something that our people have continued to do since the reservation was created and since our treaties were signed in the 1850s. And so we come from that tradition, and it's this time of year when the lakes open up from that winter freeze of when the walleye head to the shoreline and they spawn and they recreate, and we harvest them based upon numbers and measurements by our tribe, as well as the Department of Natural Resources, the system that's really fancy, really set up, and we always under harvest. Nonetheless, this last song I'm going to play is a really well-known song. It's called Amazing Grace, and it's really significant. It's a song that has been played in outer space, which means that this style of instrument has traveled to and has been played in outer space by John Harrington, the Chickasaw astronaut who took a flute up to the International Space Station, played this song, and the reason he played this song was because it's his people's national anthem, where them and 4 other tribes who were relocated from the Carolinas to the state of Oklahoma on a well-known march known as the Trail of Tears, where all of these tribes sing this song of Amazing Grace, and to this day that song is the national anthem of many of these tribes. That flute that was played in outer space is on permanent display at the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C. at the National Museum of the American Indian. Okay. Well, thank you again, Paul. Thank you, powwows.com. Thank you, everybody out there. I know this is an uncertain time. You can follow my music, hear my new album on Spotify, on Google, on Amazon, on Apple, on Tidal, on iHeartRadio, on YouTube, basically wherever you listen to music. You can visit me on my website at darrenthompson.net. And if you read Indian Country Today and Native News Online, I've been reporting every few days on updates and things that are coming to Indian country, and to emphasize what many others are saying, especially leadership: stay home, wash your hands, practice social distancing, and please stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you all again. Thank you.
Thank you, Darren, for sharing your talents with us. Darren is an incredible performer and a great educator. He does some amazing performances, as you saw there, around the country. So if you get a chance to see him elsewhere, make sure you go check that out. Thank you again. We've got a ton of people watching. We are streaming live on Facebook, on YouTube, on powwows.com. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Please take a moment, if you can, and share this out to all your friends. Let's get even more people on, because there are even more amazing acts coming. We got Corey Medina already in the lobby. I see him. He's warming up. He's ready to go in just a second. So take a moment, share this out, or on Facebook, have a watch party with some of your friends, and you can all talk and interact. But I appreciate you being here. So I'm going to turn this over now to Corey Medina. Thank you, everybody. Not getting your sound yet, Corey. All right, looks like he's ready to go. Take it away, Corey. Thank you.
Yeah. Check one. All right. B, check one. Cool.
Oh,
know how we're doing.
The boiling faster.
All right. All right. Love you, Gary. All right, well, see you later. One, two, three, four.
Thank you, everybody.
Does that make sense? My guitar? Maybe might be too bassy.
She says it sounds distorted.
Yeah. Oh, it sounds distorted? Yeah. Maybe we're too loud.
Yeah. Okay, I'll play loud.
Okay,
I'll play softer too. We might be clipping out there. So. All right.
I know.
Oh, yeah. So, hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. We got Eric Sundin on the drums. Due to crucial times of staying clean and healthy, as you saw earlier, Gary's out boiling sap. He's tapping maple trees, so we want him to stay over there because we want him to stay safe as well. So, but very glad Eric's here. He ventured out, so thank you for coming, Eric. And thank you everybody at powwows.com. And if my wife or Eric's wife is listening, please go to powwows.com and share this on the Brothers page. All right, so there. It's called I Won't. love me. So I walk on, though I walk not now. So I walk on, though I walk. How do we sound, long? Walk down and walk down the road. I'm going working alone. Bills coming in left and right. Put it down. Yeah, sleep through the night. But I walk on. No, I won't die now. But I walk on. No, I won't. Well, I know I can live faith. There's got to be better days coming my way. I got it through, but I don't know how. I need you, Lord. We need you now. Hey. I said bills coming in left and right. I said put it down and sleep through the night. So much of mama I can hardly breathe. Won't you give it to the one who carrying me? But I won't. No, I won't. No, I won't. No, I won't. In that bottle, I just wanna drown. I know I need to put this poison down. Lord, why do I feel so dirty? Will I ever be worthy? No, I won't. No, I won't. No, I won't. No, I won't. I gotta get through, but I don't know how. I need you, Lord.
is that you, Lord, will never turn away. No, you won't. No, you won't. No, you won't. No, you won't.
Thank you very much.
Is my vocals kind of loud, or is it okay? I feel like my vocals are loud a little bit. A little bit? Okay, turn it down.
I'll turn down my vocals a little bit.
All right. Is everything okay?
Yeah, all right, cool.
Any feedback?
No, nothing yet.
No? Okay, cool.
No news is good news.
No news is good news.
All right. Hey, shout out to all the other artists on here. I'm very, very, very honored to be part of this lineup with y'all. So thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you donate to some of these amazing artists. Thank you so much, y'all. All right. We always, every show we go to, we dedicate this always to all the native peeps in the house. So this goes out to y'all. This isn't one of our own. I hope we don't get in trouble for this. So, yeah.
Got this sing out.
Hey, powwows.com, I can see your chat, so if I'm about to get in trouble for playing a cover, just let me know and we'll shut it down. We usually don't mind playing originals, but for some reason, all the natives in the house always want to hear this song.
Okay, cool.
Daylight, wake up feeling like you want it right. Used to know, but now it don't feel right. I'm trying to pull away my pride. So long, you make her need you wait for so long. Make a half a boy like that to know wrong. I'm trying to make you mine. And if you want it, you can have her. If you need it, still won't. Neighbors creeping, they're gonna find you. Oh, don't catch you sleeping. Still won't. Neighbors creeping, don't you close your eyes. Hey! Daylight, wake up feeling like you won't play right. Used to know, but now it don't feel right. I'm trying to pull away my pride. So long, wake up, need you wait for so long. Yeah, I got a boy, I got to know wrong. Trying to pull away my pride. you right, but now it's too late. My peanut butter chocolate cake with Kool-Aid. I'm trying to make you mine. Too late. You wanna make it right, but now it's too late. My peanut butter chocolate cake with Kool-Aid. I'm trying to make you mine. And if you want it, you can have it. If you need it, stay warm. It was creeping. They're gonna find you. Sleeping. Stay warm. It was creeping. Don't you close your eyes. Thank y'all so much for having us. Eric Sunday, Mark Medina. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, shout out to the Navajo Nation. Shiprock, New Mexico. Shiprock Chieftains, all right. College, all right. City Market, alright. We're up here in northern Minnesota, Bemidji, Minnesota. The land of the Anishinaabe, the Red Lake, the Leech Lake, the Wide Earth. Many McQuetches, y'all. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, y'all.
All right, that was another performance. Thank you, Corey, for doing that. Wow, I'm going to add all that to my Spotify playlist right now. We've got our next performer lined up, and she is ready to go. So I want to tell you a little bit about her before I start. Hold on, I'm getting feedback in my ears. Okay, we'll do it this way. Laura Grizzly Pauls is a dancer, a singer, an educator. She travels and does shows. I've seen her perform several times at different powwows and shows. She is world-renowned for her bear dance. What you're getting ready to see is truly amazing. I'm so thankful and honored that she agreed to be on this on the show today. It is truly a gift to be able to see what she does, and I'm telling you, it will be inspirational. I hope you enjoy it. So again, thanks her for being here. And remember, everybody, please take a minute and go share this. Let's get more people watching these amazing performers. And remember to go over to www.powwows.com/spotlight. You can see the entire lineup there. We've got lots more to come, and we've got the virtual tip jar set up. We've raised already over $300 for these performers, so thank you, thank you. All right, and with that said, it is time for Laura Grizzly Pauls. Thank you.
All right, thank you. First of all, I just want to say to everybody that it's a beautiful day. It's an opportunity for us to embrace self-awareness, increasing self-awareness about our own personal health, our families, those that are dear to us, not only ourselves, but to our land. If we go back to our creation stories and we reflect back on the old teachings that were passed down for countless generations since time immemorial, the great creator had once told indigenous peoples, all people of the land, it doesn't matter who we are, where we come from, or what tribe, nation, religion, ethnic origin that we come from or reside in, we all have an inherent responsibility. And creator asked the animal kingdom what they would do for the people if he were to create the people to inhabit the land. And one of the things that came forward was that Grizz that stepped forward and said, I will teach the woman. I will teach the woman how to give birth to the young. I will teach them how to live in harmony with the land. They will learn about the medicines, the roots, the plants, the foods that will nourish them, what is needed for them to sustain and survive, to provide equitable resources to survive and sustain. Their economy will be based on the seasonal rounds. They will learn about high, mid, and low elevations. They will learn about balance and well-being. They will only take what it is that they need to survive and sustain as a human species. And so here we are at a critical time right now, humbled in our homes, in our families, in our communities, to take a step back and to isolate ourselves as this world is going through a pandemic of the coronavirus. Mother Earth is reminding us, indeed, to be more self-aware of what it is that we are doing and how we are carrying ourselves. So many times we take advantage of the things that we do have. And so many times we think about the sovereignty we have as a nation, as a people, as distinct individuals. It's too easy to go to that grocery store to pick up that quick fix drink, that sugar bar, or it's too easy to pay $4 for what do you call those, energy drinks. And we think about the things that we are consuming and how we treat ourselves and take care of ourselves and how that's impacting the well-being of who it is that we are and how we're taking care of our bodies. We're clearly not. And so when we think about the old creation stories, that's, I believe, where we have to go back to. When we think about our creation stories about who we are and where we come from, that tells us a lot of how far we have stemmed away from the values and the teachings that have basically sustained countless generations. You know, when we think about the grizzly bear, if we protect the grizzly bear's habitat, their ecology that they need to survive, we're also ensuring the protection of the winged ones, the ones that fly, the ones that slither, the ones that grow from the earth, the ones that swim up the rivers, the medicines, the roots, the plants, the berries, the foods, and all the resources intact. And so when we think about Mother Earth's condition and situation, she is healing. As we need, as humans, take time to rest, recover, recuperate, to heal ourselves, to mend our wounds, our pains, our sorrows, Mother Earth needs the same act as well. She has been struggling and she's been stripped of her integrity for countless generations. And it is time for us to take that responsibility to create more self-awareness about what it is that we are and who we are and where and how we live and conduct ourselves. So many things and so many times we take things for granted. So when we think about a lot of people in Indian country, you know, we're considered semi-nomadic. We've always traveled from one location to another location, whether it's for gatherings, ceremonies, harvesting, those kinds of things. That's a huge part of our cultural identity, is being able to travel over vast landscapes to attend or to participate in such events. And so here we are, isolated in our own homes, in our communities with our families. And this is a time to strengthen those families, strengthen the bonds, create authentic, build quality time, getting to know one another even more than ever so before. You know, schools have shut down, and it's a government policy that we don't engage back into that system. But this is the time that we can take to master, to improve, to transfer Indigenous knowledge, whether that's weaving, basketry, beading, medicine, songs, dances, ceremonies, stories, those kinds of things. And if we go back to Grizz's first teachings, that's one of the things that he brought forward. And the song that I want to share with you is called Grizz's Teachings. And it's one of my favorite soulful songs because it embraces a bit about who we are and where we come from and how it is that we are basically living in society today. And here I am in my front porch patio. I wanted to be down on the land, on the earth, to feel that earth, but it's going to rain. So here I am sitting on my deck. But here's the song. It's called Grizz's Teachings. Whoa, hey, oh. Whoa, hey, oh, I hear you. Griz's teachings. Well, I hope everything is going well across Indian country amongst all your families and your communities, and that you're all keeping safe and utilizing this time to embrace one another, love one another. And my family's been home. We've been working with horses, cleaning garage, painting, catching up on a lot of things, and eating a lot of salmon, eating a lot of canned goods and foods that we've put away over the year, and reflecting back on that salmon. You know, when we think about when we take a lot of the resources to sustain and provide for our families, we take what it is that we need to take care of ourselves. And preserving foods was one of the most important things, traditions that have been passed on. And when we go to the river, there was always an opportunity that we had to take to offer that first salmon ceremony, offer the tobacco, offer the prayers, and offer the songs before harvesting the salmon. And we would catch that first salmon in the river, and we catch it, say our prayers, and release that salmon. We release that salmon to honor all the salmon, the spirit of the salmon in the rivers and the waters. And then we start to harvest our foods, put away our foods for our families, for our ceremonies, for our gatherings. And so that we would be canning them, we would be wind drying our salmon, we'd be salting them, we'd be smoking them, those kinds of things, or freezing them and packaging them and putting them away. And at this time, we're so grateful and thankful to be able to exercise that right, to be able to put food away, to take care of our families, because boy, for a while the stores were taken up and consumed, and shelves are empty, and people are stockpiling and loading up on all their resources and their goods. Why? Because they didn't preserve, because they didn't put food away, because they didn't take care of themselves and their families. So now they're loading up on all these goods and these resources. So these kinds of things are actions that, you know, we've been taught as Indigenous peoples. We've been taught how to live off the land, how to take care of one another, how to help one another, what we call nukwantwachka, helping one another. And that's a very important exercise to continue and to sustain. And we know that the situation, even for the salmon amongst Indigenous peoples, especially here, we were actually known as the smiling people because of the abundance of salmon that we can harvest from our rivers. But these past, 5 or so years, the salmon numbers have really declined, and has really impacted the cultural identity of who we are as Ch'tayden people, because a large percentage of our diet comes from that salmon. And so this next song is a song, it's actually a traveling song. And this song is about, the women, they would sing this song, and they would pray for their family to return home safely. And whether that would be for war, whether that be for hunting, whether that be going out onto the land or to traveling to gatherings or other areas. So this song was a traveling song, and it's a prayer song. And all of a sudden my mind just kind of went blank. Sometimes these songs kind of come and go, but so this is a traveling song. Ich doch met moes mich du moed, wish ni moed wel meu. Es doch met moes mich du moed, wish ni moed wel meu. Kuchja akut bishkatsa, kuchja akut bishkatsa, moes mich du moed, Wishnemos michtumos, Ishnua amash kuksashizi, Shnua I amata kamil, Uala shem amali kukaskikiza, Ishtoch matmus mitstumus, Wishnimut uchwelmil, Ishtoch matmus mitstumus, Wishnimut uchwelmil. So that song I sang for those that are traveling home, who are still trying to get home from overseas or wherever it is that they are, back into Canada or wherever their destinations are, and to all the loved ones that have not been unified back to their families, even those that we've lost to COVID. This next part, I'm going to dance. So I just need to set up here for a moment and bear with me. You want to sit down with me? So this is Grizz. He's a blonde Grizz. We're from the same community, same territory, and he's a young blonde Grizz. We've been together for quite a few years now, and traveling. Of course, we've had a lot of changes this year, and basically canceled all our shows for 2020, and hope that we may be able to come together with a common understanding that we need to do our part and stay home, take care of ourselves, so that future generations have an opportunity to have a healthier life without any threats. So we are home. I have to just hook everything up. A lot of people have asked me what's under this Grizz head, and it's actually a helmet. It's a helmet, a work helmet. Taxidermied in. And my cousin Russell Adolph did the taxidermy work. So the song that I'm going to sing to is the Round Dance song by Northern Cree, of course. Thank you, Northern Cree.
We have a lost little boy. His name is Dennis Willier. He's over to the side of the south. He's over here. A little boy by the name of Dennis Willier. We have a lost little boy. His name is Dennis Willier. He's over to the side of the south. He's over here. A little boy by the name of Dennis Willier.
Just a second. So dancing is a way of expressing and communicating with one another. It's like a universal language in how we offer our prayers, even offer our condolences, and offering healing and hope and wellness and security. A way of transferring knowledge and sharing our stories and expressing them, communicating, and most of all, honoring ourselves. According to our teachings, that in order for us to take on our role and responsibility, we need to be able to remember and honoring our past, 7 generations into the past, our present, and 7 generations into the future. And when we think about the situation of where we are as Indigenous peoples, as all people, you know, I always say that it doesn't matter who we are, what color we are, where we come from, or what religion or ethnic origin, we all have a responsibility. And that responsibility is the greatest challenge that we all have as people, is to be able to live in unity and harmony with one another, irregardless of the differences of who we are and where we come from. I don't care what color your skin is. I don't care where you're from. We're all people, and we all have to learn how to be able to communicate and express and be able to voice that without being so insulted or offended. When we are able and have the ability to educate, inform, and come together, then we have the ability to heal, to have a common understanding for the betterment of all kinds, whether that's human, animal, natural phenomenon, spiritual, whatever it is. We all have a creation stories. We all have an origin of where we come from and who we are. And it is our responsibility to reflect back on those core teachings and to pass that on to future generations. When we dance and when we sing, when we pray and we honor who we are indeed honoring our past, our present, and giving hope to our future generations. So at this time, I just say Kukstam for this opportunity, and I just want to close with a song, and this song is a song of, you know, it's about hope and resilience, and this is my home. These are my homelands, and it's basically my sanctuary. It's my place, my comfort, my peace. It provides me grounding. My earrings are in my way. It reminds me of what my values are. So when I was dancing, there's a little mare in the field. I don't know if you can see. He was running around in circles over there. So little filly. It's only not even a year old. So this song is a song that reflects on the land. Ooh, These two, all my relations.
Thank you. I'm so appreciative of you sharing that with all of us. It's a message that we all need to hear. So thank you again, and I hope you and your family are doing well and staying safe. Thank you, Laura.
Blessings. Thank you very much. Whole math.
All right, everybody. Wow, what a performance. Thank you for Laura for coming on and doing that. I told you, she is amazing. I love watching her dance. I think I've almost filled up a memory card just at some powwows, just shooting her, because it is so just mesmerizing to watch. So I really appreciate her doing that. Remember, too, a couple of things. Please take a moment and share this out. Start a watch party. Post it on your Instagram, your Facebook, whatever. Let's get more people watching, because there are some more incredible acts to come. And remember that we have the virtual tip jar set up, www.powwows.com/spotlight. But our next act is ready, and they see them getting ready. So Opie and Delia, I'm sorry, Delia is on deck, but Opie and Desiree are ready. Let me see if I can get them on. Here we go, guys. Thank you for being here. It is all yours.
Hi, welcome to our live powwows.com. I guess it's from our home to yours. We're excited to be here. It's a very big honor. I'm Desiree Denemy, and I'm from Papixi's Cree Nation.
Bonjour. My name is Opie Badu. I come from, on my mother's side, the Boysport Band of Chippewas, and my paternal side from the Leech Lake Band of Ojibwe in northern Minnesota, born and raised in the Twin Cities, and I'm very happy to be here with you all this fine Saturday? Yeah. Saturday afternoon. And we'd just like to, state that our gratitude towards Paul and everyone at powwows.com for asking us to be a part of this this event here. We love to sing, and we sing all the time here at home, so it's it's not out of the ordinary for us to sing. We're grateful to be able to sing for you guys today, and hopefully share a few of the blessings that we get from singing with you guys out there. Anything to add?
No, I just this is our youngest son. This is Opie Jr. And he's gonna join us while we sing. And we hope that you guys are safe, that you guys are healthy out there. Yes, from our home to yours. If you're just joining us, I'm Desiree. This is Opie. We're gonna sing a few songs for you. Some round dance songs. We're gonna share some side steps, and we're also going to share a few powwow songs. Hey?
Yeah. Whatever we can fit in, we're gonna try and do not so much talking, more singing. But our first song we're gonna start out with, I want to give a brief description of the songs that we're gonna sing, anyways, because they're some of them are real special to me. This first song we're gonna sing, it's kind of a song I sing quite a bit when we go to round dances. It one I usually start with. It's near and dear to my heart. Also, my wife. It's called The Healer, and I just thought it would be appropriate at this time to start with this song. With everything going out there, in the world today, with the coronavirus and everyone having to be home in quarantine, that I just felt that this song would be, perfect time to start with this one. So, let's go sing, right?
Yeah. Are you ready?
You want your drum?
No? Okay. I'll just carry him for now. Okay. I guess playing one. I absolutely love that song. It has such a good feeling. It gives me healing. Singing makes me feel the good vibes and to be positive. I love to sing that song. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, that song came to me at a time when I needed music the most, and Creator happened to bless me with that, and I'll forever be thankful for that and for that song.
Get your drum?
We're trying to get Baby Hope to get over his little shyness, and this is the first time I've ever seen him not want to grab his drum and hang in. So maybe he's feeling the powwows.com virtual nervousness, But I figured since we started off with that song, it's kind of a little of an older song, but like I said, it has very, very sentimental value to us both. That's why we want to sing it. And we're gonna sing a new one here. This one has never been sang anywhere but on our couch in the living room. And when we wanted, when we found out we were going to be coming on here, we wanted to be able to, share with you songs that meant something to us, and then, new material too also. So, we trying to mix it up the best we can. But just hoping you guys are having a great time out there. We're enjoying it. We're enjoying all the other performers also. Be sure and stay tuned for everyone else. Ready?
Yep.
Okay. This song is called Sing to You.
So if you're just joining us, again, we're here live on powwows.com. My name is Desiree Denemy. This is my partner, Opie Day, and we are from our dining room. And
The United Tribes Technical College campus in Bismarck, North Dakota, quarantined.
Yeah, so we're staying home. We're here with our family. We're doing regular stuff like cooking, baking, hanging out with our children. We're doing online learning now as of this past week, which is kind of a new thing that we are getting just starting learning the ropes about. It's actually a little bit more challenging than I thought it would be, especially learning algebra. I'm kind of like, carry the two. I'm having a challenging time, but we are healthy. We're happy to be here. Yeah, that's all I got to say.
Yeah, real quick, I would just like to give quick shout outs to our families who are out there watching us on virtual reality land. My mother, my sister, my brother, all my aunts, all my Day family, and all my Badu family. Love you guys. You guys stay safe, stay home, stay golden. Also to my family on my wife's side, up in Saskatchewan, up in Alberta, my mama Jermaine, sister AJ, brother Lyle,
Yeah, we miss you guys. We hope you guys are safe and healthy. And you were thinking about you.
Okay, sing another one?
Sure.
All right, this song here was a song that I made for a lot of us have had a lot of loss as of recently in the community. I happened to lose one of my brothers, one of my best friends. My wife. They had tragedies in the family. And I wanted a song to kind of, to bring everybody's spirits up, to make everybody feel good, because for me that's what singing does. When I'm, down or anything like that, I look to music. So, I made this song in the Anishinaabe language, and it says, when we sing, when we dance, we will think of you, watch over us. So, it goes out to everyone who's lost a loved one, everyone who's, mourning at this time, everyone who's having a hard time. Think about this song, think about them while we sing it, and we're going to sing it for you now.
Opie. Opie, you want to come sing? Come sing? Come jump? Okay.
Didn't want to lose it in virtual reality land. That'd be embarrassing. How did Opie just lose his own song? All right, I got it. Okay, here we go. Song number 3. It's called When We Sing.
Yeah, it's our new thing. So I hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday afternoon. Again, if you're just joining us, we're live here from our home, our dining room, from our home to your home. I hope you're enjoying yourself. I hope you're staying healthy. I hope you're staying happy. We're just singing some different songs here. We're going to share some round dance, some sidestep, as well as a few powwow songs that we're going to sing. For those of you who don't know, that Opie is the lead singer of Midnight Express. So if we're doing that, we're looking forward to starting to go to visit your communities, your powwows, hopefully coming up when this is all over, and just being able to share our song and our vibe and really connect with everyone. That's one of our favorite things to do. As a family, we like to do that, to sing and dance. So hopefully this is all over. We can go back to going to powwows and round dance. So yeah, I think that we're gonna sing a sidestep.
Yeah. One thing that we we talked about when we were given the opportunity to sing for you guys out there was we were like, well, what should we sing? What can we sing that can show adversity, show a little bit of where we both come from. We're both very proud people, proud of where we come from, proud of our home fires, where we originated from. And I come from the great lake state of Minnesota. And if anybody knows Minnesota, one thing we're known for is the jingle dress is known for, our jingle dress singing. It's something that we take pride in very much from at home. And we had the fortunate opportunity this past winter to take my family, my wife, my daughter, my two sons. We took them to a few of the big drum doings that we do back home in the Mille Lacs area, and it's and until you had the opportunity to go to a big drum, it's quite the awesome experience. The vibes, the singing, everything that goes along with it, is something really special, and I'm really grateful that we had the opportunity to do that, especially with all this going on and not being able to travel now. That's something that I will always remember. As them getting to experience what I've said about that for so long. They got to experience it firsthand for themselves. And what did you have any feelings about that?
I do actually. One of the things that I noticed was coming from where I'm from is round dance country, and I loved to round dance. And when I went to the big drum ceremonies in the Mille Lacs area, it was like a round dance, but an Anishinaabe round dance. Just kidding. It was different. There was a lot of protocol, a lot of prayer involved, and I really appreciated the gift giving aspect of the big drum. If you've ever attended one, it's amazing. It really teaches like kinship, like giving, and it makes you feel like really happy because you're getting gifts, but you're also giving a gift to get someone else to dance. So I really, really enjoyed that. I had such an amazing time. We went to, I think, 3 of them this past season, and we're going to continue to go to them because it's good. It's a good social time, but it's also a good time for prayer and listening to these songs and following these protocols. It's really beautiful. So as well as round dance is a ceremony as well, and we just love traveling and going to sing, and it's just our favorite thing to do as a family. So we're happy that we're able to do that, and we're happy that we're able to even just sing here for you guys from our home to yours again. It's we're doing this anyways. I think it's funny because we're sitting on the couch, or he'll figure out, he'll bring out the drum, and our baby, normally he's actually asleep here on the couch, but normally we just jam out as a family, and so yeah, we're happy to do so. We're happy powwows.com asked us rather.
This sidestep woman song we're gonna do, I just learned over the years of going to big drum and singing around the Mille Lacs, Hinckley area. It's an old time Anishinaabe song. It's one of our favorites to sing. We always get asked, if we're ever asked to sing for jingle dress, we'll have jingle dress dancers come up and say, hey, can you guys sing that one, and so we get asked to sing it quite a bit, so we're going to share it with you guys here.
Yeah. I'm singing, I feel like just dancing too. Just feel like giving her. Yeah. That's I'm actually surprised our son just. Are you gonna sing? Look, he's getting up. He's getting crabby. Oh, okay. All right. I'm surprised he doesn't want to come and join us. But again, we're from our dining room in United Tribes Technical College, where we both attend college. So we are just we're just coming to you from our home to yours, and we hope that you are staying safe and healthy. And again, we're just here to sing our songs. This is what we do all the time, and we're happy to do so. Thank you to powwows.com for giving us the invite to share our music. And
be sure and check out all the other acts going on too. There's lots of awesome performers on this lineup. You know, we're, like Des said, we're super humble, you know, to be able to be a part, to be able to be asked to be part of such an awesome lineup. And you know, it's one thing about singing. You know, we're a singing family. You know, we sing together all the time. You know, whether it be on the powwow drum or on the round dance trail, everything. You know, we were always singing together. You know, and she's a big part of what I do. You know, and it's likewise with our son. You know, he's learning these ways at the young age. You know, and I'm glad that he's taking a liking to it, you know, and he loves to sing just as much as we do, and it's, you know, it's such a great feeling. But you know, as being a singer, a songmaker, a lot of times you're asked to make songs for certain people, individuals, you know, and you don't really know the circumstances behind those situations sometimes, you know. And I was asked to make a song for a very special lady. They were going to honor Miss Jessica Phelan during Mandaree Powwow. What year was that?
2017, I think.
2017. I was asked the Wednesday before the powwow by my sister Martha to make our mama song, and it was I didn't know if I was gonna be able to do it or not, to be honest.
He was so nervous, and he was like, I have to come up with a song. I don't know what I'm gonna do, and he was just like super nervous.
We were actually in Minot doing laundry at the time.
Yeah.
And we finished our laundry, and we were driving back to Fort Bears Casino where we were staying for the week. And there's that big bluff, or what would you call it?
I think it's called Crows something.
Yeah, it's a big hill. It oversees the water there, the casino. I'm sure anyone who's ever been to Fort Bears knows what hill I'm talking about. Well, I went up there and I put some tobacco down. You know, she told me, just said, you know, pray about it, ask for help. You know, and I did. So I went up there, you know, we went up there as a family, drove up there. I put some tobacco down. I sat there for a little while overlooking how beautiful everything was, you know. And that song came to me that fast, you know. So it just goes to show the power that prayer has, the power that these songs have, you know. You know, never lose faith in these ways, the ways that we were brought up. You know, these ways are powerful, they're strong, but you have to have the faith in them for them to work. And we presented this song as a surprise to Jessica during the Mandaree Powwow. They had a jingle dress special for her that she didn't even know was going to go on, and they brought her out, and we sang this song for the first time. And ever since then, you know, people always, you know, ask me about it. You know, who's that? Who made that song? Where'd that song come from? And I tell them that's not my song. It belongs to her. You know, so when we were, you know, going through kind of what we wanted to sing here, I had asked my sister Martha if it was okay if we were to share this song with you guys at this time, and she said yes, that they'd be honored. You know, and it made me feel good because the song, you know, it's touched a lot of people. You know, the words in it say, "Ni mama nan giganawe ni megonan." It means, you know, our mother, the matriarch of our family. You know, we all have a backbone for our family. It's always the mother. You know, and that's what that is referring to. And it says, you know, thank you for what you do for all of us. You know, and you know, I want that song. I mean, it's very special to us. And we wanted to share it with you. I want to thank Martha for letting us share it with everybody at this time. And so we're gonna sing that song.
Makes my heart feel really good to sing that. Again, what are we for time here? We have time for one more.
One more?
Yeah, we'll sing one more, and then we will get off of your go on to the next performer. Thank you so much for tuning in. Shout out to our family and friends. Hope you guys are doing safe and then for everybody, I hope you guys are safe at home and that we can get through this and get back to our culture, our gatherings outside, and being able to connect with each other face to face. And I guess a warm hug and handshake to you guys. Thank you so much for watching our live performance, I guess. And we'll leave you with one more song here.
This last song I want to share with you guys, I made for my granddaughter. I'm a first-time grandpa, a Muslim, Lala, and every time I see her, just there's an undescribable feeling I feel, and I want to thank my big son Courtney, for sharing her with us whenever we get a chance to see her. I happened to see her at a round dance and was looking at pictures I took with her on the way home, and this song came to me. So I messaged my son right away, and I was like, listen to this, and I showed him, and so want to end with this one, and then like Desiree said, miigwech, to Pauls.com for allowing us to be here and to share with you guys, a little bit of what we do, what we love to do, and that. So here we go. Wherever
Thank you, Opie and Desiree. Wow, the talent is just amazing today, and I am so honored that they all chose to be here today. And these performers are being very humble. Opie is the head singer of Midnight Express, and the two of them travel all over Indian country, and they are world champion class powwow singers and round dance singers. Thank you for sharing that with you. One thing I did want to make an announcement. So in the absence of powwows, like I said, one of the reasons I want to do this was for all of us to connect again, but also to let all these people get themselves out there because they're not able to showcase their talent right now. So at powwows.com, we did open a new website this week. Check it out at nativetalent.powwows.com. It is an online directory where you can find artists like what you're seeing today. So if you are a powwow committee out there looking for an MC or an arena director, or if you are a school or a teacher looking for somebody to come and speak at your event, or whatever you just need some kind of native talent for your event or your work or whatever, nativetalent.powwows.com is going to be your directory to go and find that. I get this question asked all the time. Somebody's looking for different kind of performers, so we've made this directory, and we're adding lots of more people to it. But everybody that is performing today has already been listed, so make sure you go check that out. Again, I want to say thanks to all of you for watching. The virtual tip jar is just overflowing. I think we're over $500 now that has been raised today. So thank you on behalf of all these performers. So I know you didn't come here to hear me talk, so I want to go ahead and bring on Natani Means is our next performer. Welcome, Natani.
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me? Are you able to hear me? Can you hear me? Yo, check. Are you able to hear me at all?
I can't hear you, but let me check something.
Let's see, I got my whole mic set up. Let me see what
Looks like your sound is doing well on the stream. I'm having a technical problem on my end, so you should be good.
All right. Okay, well, this is the first performance. I'm not gonna be able to hear any of my audio feedback, so I'm gonna.
Okay, now I got the sound working. Yeah, you sound good.
Sound good? Okay, let's test out a beat real quick. Just to make sure there's no feedback on my end. Let's try this one out. Just let me know if you can hear the beat well. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Check. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. How are the levels? They good?
All good. No feedback.
Are they good? Hey, okay. Wow. How mataki api? Chante washte nape chu zapalo. Wakongli o machapalo. My name is also Natani Means. Not Aninez Means if you want to get technical. But I'm a hip hop artist. I speak. I do all kinds of stuff. I'm a co-owner and founder of Obsidian Collective, which is a clothing brand, and a Frontline Collective. I'm an advocate for everything decent in the world. So I spent time on front lines, stopping resource extraction, not only in Standing Rock, but before that, after that, till this day. And I'm also a hip hop artist. So shout out to powwows.com for asking me to come on here. I'm at my mother's house currently. I'm in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I also reside in Minneapolis, Minnesota on the south side. But I'm just gonna get started right here. We'll get started with the song called Martyrs.
A traditional indigenous person, land means life. All the things that you have, they all come from this earth.
This is Mary Dan.
Today they call those things resources.
Yeah, or Carrie Dan.
Today those resources are taken in the name of economy, name of money.
Shoshone from Nevada.
Who does that? Multinational corporations. They're not going to be here tomorrow. And what do these companies care about the children of their children? They don't care. Because they'll be gone.
Look,
As soon as they take the resources out, they will be gone.
halos of death, and all I see is departure. You poison our land, and then you poison our water. You're raping our sisters. You're taking our daughters. We're dying for the chance to live. That makes us martyrs. That makes us all martyrs. That makes us all martyrs. See, I learned they don't love you until you're left in a casket or made to burn, left in urns, dust to ashes. Trying to do my best and they hoping that I fail. Trying to watch my step and I know they want me in jail. I'm like Plato on acid, looking through Ray Charles glasses. Back on the backward, man, this kid is a classic. I've been stirring the pot, hoping revolution happens. And I'm asking if the world has to end for us to take action. We done came too far now. I can't let my guard down. Never did before I start now. Look. America, land of the greed, built on the bodies of my chiefs. I see a time when the seventh generation leads. We're the last of a dying breed. Rising from the depths, hoping that I find serenity. In this life, I take an entity into infinity. Mixing my problems with the gin and the grenadine. Celebrating life, and I hope I find a better me. Made it from the res, but my homie's still on meth. Back at home saying he ain't got no fears of death. You mean we live in history's deleted scenes? It's you never see, not even on those TV screens. So tell them what Natani means. Words of a prophet. I do this for my people. I don't do this for a profit. Say what you want. I don't listen to the gossip. My fist is in the air like the Panthers in the projects. America ain't ready for a native to be standing up in the front line. Fuck a Plymouth Landing. This native too real. They rather OD on pills. Killing off our own people for some white men on those bills. You think you dying for that flag up on your uniform. We're all spirits in this earth on the human form. Again, my name is Natani Means. I grew up in Chinle, Arizona, on the Navajo Nation Reservation. I'm enrolled in Pine Ridge, South Dakota. My dad's from Pine Ridge. My mother, her name is Gloria Grant. She's from Chinle, Arizona. My grandfather is Umaha from Macy, Nebraska. So I'm part Umaha. Also, my father is Russell Means. His name is Russell Means. Rest in peace to him. Passed away in 2012. And a lot of what he was talking about in the latter of his life is coming to fruition right now with the American government and what they're doing to the people, what's happening in the world. And it makes me realize he was really ahead of his time. My brother is Tatanka Means. He's a comedian. I have other brothers and sisters, older, that are educators, that are hard workers for the people, build homes, and I just want to shout them out too. So I'm just gonna go on to another performance. I was just recently in Puerto Rico a couple weeks ago. Then I went to LA, and then I went to Phoenix, and then that's when all this happened, the quarantine stuff. And I just made it back to Albuquerque last week, and I took the COVID test, and I was very scared. But the reason why I took it was because I was coming back to my mother's house, and she's 69. She has asthma, and she's in the high category for this virus, and it's deadly to them, you know. So I took the test because I just don't want to be a liability for her. And it came back today negative. So I'm good. But thank you to powwows.com. Shout out to everybody out there watching. I'm just gonna perform another song. This one I have on my album Balance. You guys can check that out. Grab it on iTunes, grab it on Bandcamp, stream it on Spotify. Keep them in a conscious thought. Show up to my funeral with forget-me-nots. And remember me for the man I should have been. Tell my girlfriend I'll meet her when the world ends. And I'm lost in transitions, different dimensions that we live in. Thinking outside the box, but we're still in prison, so it's back to basics. Eliminating fake poison land and people kill, it's what we're faced with. 2019, I'll show you kids that never drank water that's clean. Came a long way from them cold winter nights when we used to have to heat up all our water pipes. Look, I never hesitate to generate. I elevate and educate. These crooked arrows set them straight. Meditate to heaven's gate. Slap St. Peter in his face. Tell him I'm here to get the cake now. It's the same song, just a different year. It's the same death, just a different tear. It's the same threats, just a different fear. It's the same, it's the welcome to America, land of hysteria. Tell them why they're scared of ya. I said, welcome to America, land of hysteria. Tell them why they're scared of ya. You see, freedom isn't free when your history is wounded knee. Pops is Russell Means and aim is in your jeans. I'm sorry, boss, but we got some cleaning up to do. I'm burning 50 flags because we don't with you. Someone tell them that their system is a joke. Someone tell them that their privilege got revoked. Watch the evils inside cathedrals, the evil. Watch the eagle inside the regal, shoot for the people. They say pistols and paper is poetry and power. And now I die like a warrior before I live like a coward. You could bury me in bullets, lay me in flowers. I'm having dreams of thunderstorms and lead showers. I'm sorry. It's the same death, just a different tear. It's the same thresh, just a different fear. It's the same, it's the same, it's the same now. Welcome to America, land of hysteria. Tell them why they're scared of ya, young native. Welcome to America, land of hysteria. Tell them why they're scared of ya. You know, this is cool what Powell's.com is doing and allowing me to get on here, man. I'm a hip hop artist. But they've always supported me, wrote articles about me, about albums and stuff whenever I release an album. So I really appreciate Powell's.com. Also, ever since this COVID happened, you know, everyone's been losing their jobs. Entertainment was one of the first to go. So all my stuff got canceled from months on out. So it really humbles you and really makes you realize how much you depend on the people, just as an entertainer. But you know, we have other hustles as well that will help us out in these times. So it's very good for all the young people coming up that are looking at entertainment, looking at hip hop, looking at all these things, depending on schools or speaking gigs. It's always good to be able to have another mode of income. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's important to go to school, to go to college, man. If I didn't go to college, I don't know where I'd be in life, because college opened up so many avenues and doors for me. You know, it just turned out that hip hop worked out best, you know, but aside from all that, you know, I have a lot of other opportunities to do things. I partly own a brand company that's doing really well. So it's important to broaden your horizons, as my dad used to say. This song right here features Superman. Are the levels still good? Can you hear the beat? Is that cool? Can you tell me real quick? You can hear the beat and my voice really good? It's level?
Yeah, everything sounds good.
Okay, it's not too loud. It's not too loud. Turn this down a bit.
No, you sound good.
All right, bet. Yeah. Look. I've been lost inside these geometric patterns, traveling at night to the moons that are orbiting Saturn, trying to find dichotomy in Earth and astronomy, transition our autonomy to building an economy. Aristocrats on Wall Street playing Monopoly, our lives are chess pieces, seeking financial stability. Are you hearing me? Are they hearing me? Are you hearing me? They don't want a native like me speaking the truth. They probably gun me down in front of my family or the youth, or probably give me cancer like they did my dad in Trudell. Still think God's the devil and we're living in the true hell. Homie, what you claim? Throwing dirt up on my name. Movement working, I just hope you've been the same. The chaos, see the smoke, they stay off. Shout out to my lawyer, cause we beat another case, y'all. We don't take no days off, doing all this music shit, hoping that it pays off, fighting every day just to keep myself alive. Demons in my mind playing tricks on my life. I got these eagle feathers. protecting me. I got these eagle feathers. Protecting me, I got these eagle feathers. And I've earned my paint. All that whack issue talking, we just can't relate. I got these eagle feathers. Protecting me. I got these eagle feathers. Protecting me. I got these eagle feathers. And I've earned my paint. All that whack issue talking, we just can't relate. Hey. The song right here features Superman. Everybody knows Superman. Everyone loves Superman. He's one of my idols growing up, man. Not only for just native hip-hop, for hip-hop in general. So it was very, very special to me to have Superman on this track. It's called Eagle Feathers. You can go and stream this. You can download it. As artists, streams only help us so far. Like every time a person streams a song, we get 0.0008 of the cent. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to listen to our music or if you're going to support us, we recommend that you go to iTunes or to Bandcamp and purchase our songs because they give us almost the full amount of the purchase. All right, we're gonna go into this one. This one's kind of personal for me. Look, man, my stuff is real. You know, I want to connect with people on a real level. It's been motherfucking government smoking all in public, riding for my people and my homies know I love this ish. Discrimination when we have the waiting, Hennessy and Swisher Sweets. I hope it's cool to blaze it. For one night, let me escape reality. Got my girl already mad at me, so let me be. And she thinking I'm a cheat, but she don't see that I love her like no one else. She helps me breathe, and I admit I act selfish. There's some, I can't help it, and I take it out on her. She's so helpless. I should get what I deserve. I hope you felt this little confession. Lately we've been stressing, hitting the bars, getting drunk and pulling weapons. Swear we gotta chill, popping all these pills, cause we living too much for a thrill. We've been living too high to be feeling this low. We're just trying to get by, but we ain't going home, no. We've been living too high to be feeling this low. We're just trying to get by, but we ain't going home, no. You come from where we come from, you be celebrating the ish I seen growing up. I thought I'd never make it. Take you back to when my pops walked out the door. 1998, my mom's crying on the floor. Fast forward a couple years, new father figure. Watch you tear down a good woman, swear to God I'll kill you. Seen the tear in my mother's eyes all them nights. Cover my ears so I wouldn't hear the fist fights. In the other room, watching her cry, that shit had me thinking suicide. I don't lie, I just need to know why you left us high and dry. But you ain't ish, and I realize that I liked you better than my pops, and I feel bad cause he's gone and he's never coming back. So I put tobacco out and I pray, tell my mama that I love her, I ain't never going away. Hey, we've been living too high to be feeling this low. We're just trying to get by, we ain't going home. We've been living too high to be feeling this low. We're just trying to get by, we ain't going home. See, this one's from my homies that I grew up with, learning how to deal with all these experiences, fighting to survive when you don't want to live. Now you have families, raising your own kids. Go ahead and be proud. Go ahead and roll that out. Go ahead and be proud, look. I know you're listening. It's been hard, Dad. I'm just trying to figure out how to be a man. But see, that one's a little bit tough for me to perform. I wrote that one for my mom, who's in the next room. So shout her out. Shout out, Mom. Love you. Shout out to my older brother Tatanka too. You see, my music, I like to touch on real issues of my generation and what we go through. So if you hear something on here that's a little bit more explicit or too hard to hear, this is just the reality of us. Growing up in, on these reservations, the 21st century, as 21st century skins, man, it's 21st century Indians. I really wanted to showcase to the broader world, to the broader audience, who we are and not have to cater to a sound or to a certain kind of platform where I don't stand out. I want to bring myself and I want to relate to people. I want people in New Zealand to be like, damn. Just like when I was a kid, I related to that movie Once Were Warriors. I want them to relate to my music and be like, this guy lives across the world and I relate to him. So with that, we're going to do the song called Creation, get into it. This is one of my most popular songs. You guys can look me up on YouTube. I got videos all out to these songs, to my album Balance. I'll be releasing a new video here in a little bit. We got some things in the works. I got new songs in the works. It's an exciting time. Look. Back once again, the MC with the medicine. Hop in the booth, spit the truth like they afraid of him. Biting my style, these rappers are piranha. Hoeing yourself, doing anything for labels to sign ya. So what you say? Saying that you for the cause, but you want that pay. Saying carpe diem, but you never seize the day. We say the fame, about to kill the game. Like Jordan at the buzzer, or when my people killed Custer. That's authentic. We could see a whole mile away your style's rented. When you're in my presence, I'm a menace, sick with the flow, no tetanus. I keep the power in my necklace for these haters in vicinity. Been a remedy for centuries, not to give a what about my enemies. Dreams of being free. I'm native like my blood goes back to creation, to creation, to creation. I'm native like my blood goes back to creation, to creation. Native before America was a nation. Shout out to all my natives in Northern Cali. We shot my music video there. Hey, been here, live here. The plan wasn't still fear. Guess what? Still here. 500 years of epigenetic pain been running through our veins. So what you really claim when you saying all that fame? Fate. To the moment to be great. To the every day. So while you spread the hate, we elevate and pray for better days. Can you see the issue we've been through? Losing all my kin to everything we send to, sharpen up the Gansu, and we just continue back on the war path, repping, no more half stepping. Uncle Sam threatened ever since we stepped in, not knowing prayer has been our greatest weapon. Power and the knowledge in the fist that I'm clenching, fighting for the earth like we been said, tripping. Native like my blood goes back to creation. To creation, to creation. I'm native like my blood goes back to creation, to creation, to creation. Native before America was a nation, was a nation, was a nation. Native before America was a nation, was a. He ain't home, so he ain't down. He's talking about our people like he's an activist now. I speak words that make this profound. Rather die on my feet than live on the ground. This is hustle, this is pain, this reality. These are nations, this my people, this my family. I went to college, started rapping. Why you mad at me? Man, I'm killing all these rappers. I gotta claim insanity. We drink and smoke, we sell this dope. Tying knots at the end of a ropes. But homie, where's our hope? I got demons just like you. Hid my pain in the drinking. Just like you, I found serenity and praying to the east. Hoping one day I find my inner peace. Until then, I'm bombing on my enemies. Always ripping where I'm from. I call it dirt streets. Love, native like my blood goes back to creation. To creation, to creation. Native like my blood goes back to creation. To creation. Hey, native before America was a nation. Was a nation. Was a nation. Hey, I appreciate you guys listening to everything on here. I got one more time for one more song here. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do Balance to end it. I think that's right. I think that's right. We'll do Balance. If it'll play. And I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure if you guys feel like donating, donate a little something. It'll come directly to me. Help us out, help me out in these trying times. All the shows got canceled. Dang, I love this beat. I call this project Balance because that's what our ways are about. Wola Kota. In Dene, we say Hojon. The balance, man. Balance of energies. Look, Looking through an empty bottle, hoping I find answers like why my people gotta keep dying from cancer. But you can't compare alcohol to prayers. Continue with searching for something that won't ever be there. So we cut our hair for the ones no longer here. Raise tobacco and hope we overcome our fears. Trust in medicine, women raising better men. The next generation's rising, so we let them in. Take me back to those dusty roads. A little reservation town is where I call home, where we don't have much, but my people are strong, finding wisdom within. Tradition in this language living. This is life for us third world kids, still hauling water in the wind. I've been finding beauty in my color of my skin. I'm a common man, never pretended to be more than I am, because Earth is the balance between Venus and Mars. Life after death when we reach the stars. Trying to do my best when I heal my scars. Pain in every step when I get too far. I said life is a challenge when we're trying to find balance. I said this life is a challenge. Hey, happy birthday to Don Gallego out there in Pine Ridge, out there in Kyle. I appreciate everybody watching this. I'm gonna go back and I'm hiding pain and bottles gain. I've had a hard time adjusting the fame. I smoke a little herb just to calm my nerves, but the red robe been calling my name. Homie, do your thing, but help me do mine, cause this temptation has me chasing everything fine. With a good girl at home that loved me unconditional. My mom raised me alone, I thought this love was fictional. So can you blame me? I'm from a place where they have them bottles cracking every day, where they drink hairspray just to get rid of the shakes, where the schools don't give a what. Help the top percent and tell the rest of us good luck. This where them single mothers raise their kids and hope that one day we just make it out to live. Because Earth is the balance between Venus and Mars. Life after death when we reach the stars. Trying to do my best and heal my scars. Pain in every step when we get too far. I said life is a challenge when we're trying to find balance. You guys stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't go outside if you don't need to. Call each other, check on each other. Do all the things you would do, but not face to face. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to everybody that's watching. Shout out to all your families. Praying for everybody. Everybody back home in Shinli. People in Pine Ridge, on Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. Love you guys back in Macy and on the Omaha. All over, man. I've traveled this whole continent. I've been lucky enough to go in, longhouses on the east and west coast, and experience beautiful things within our ceremonies and within our people. And I just want to shout out to everybody, all the language learners, everybody that's doing things that are helping the community. And remember to have compassion for one another, especially right now. Those are in our teachings, to have compassion. But be safe. Shout out to Anton Edwards. Watch his new video on YouTube. Happy birthday, Don Gallego. All right. Peace out, y'all.
Thank you, Natani Means. What a great performance. And so we've got more coming your way in just a few minutes. We're going to take a break, so look for the stream to start back in just a minute. Thanks, everybody.